The year 2020 unveiled a host of new research opportunities and discoveries, despite them being somewhat overshadowed by recent events. Whilst most of us stayed locked up inside, plenty of research continued and plenty of breakthroughs were made in the outside world, meaning plenty of findings slipped under the radar. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we will be placing the spotlight on 3 recent discoveries that you may have missed throughout the chaos of 2020. Giant bat found in the Philippines. The internet has given rise to yet another viral post, as a Reddit post sparks discussion around a human-sized bat found within the Philippines. A couple of years ago, Reddit user Secundes posted a picture of a gigantic fruit bat in their back garden in the Philippines. It did not take long for the internet to spread this picture around, with many jumping to claim it was trick photography or Photoshop, perhaps sprouting any claim they could think of to deny the existence of a potentially frightening creature. This post picked up traction and internet points once again in the June of 2020, with a Twitter user writing, "Remember when I told you all about the Philippines having human-sized bats? Yeah, this is what I was talking about." The particular photo in circulation does give the bat some extra size, with the perspective and camera angles used making the bat seem much larger than it likely is. However, the suspected bat species found by user Secundes is definitely larger than the average microbat that may spring to your mind. Flying foxes, given their name due to their facial shape, features and ears resembling those of a fox, do have human-sized wingspans, with the largest species of flying foxbat having a wingspan that can reach up to 1.7 meters or 5.5 feet. Despite their large wingspan being rather intimidating, this creature has a relatively small body, barely larger than 30 centimeters, approximately 11.8 inches. Despite the clever angle initially, the original poster of the photo on Reddit added additional images from a variety of angles, proving authenticity and giving credibility to this impressive sighting. The second image depicted the bat yawning, as it woke up from a midday nap. Much like the bats we may be more familiar with, flying foxes are also nocturnal. With the internet hosting a world of people playing detective, the specific species titles soon came flooding in, with various posts adding their believed name to a caption, describing this bat as a golden-crowned flying fox. This has been discredited, however, with many pointing out the absence of the so-called golden crown, the yellow tuft of fur on the bat's head. Many think the public have been so quick to name the internet-famous back-garden-crashing bat a golden-crowned flying fox due to the great size, as the golden-crowned bat is amongst the largest bats in the world, belonging to the family named megabats, which usually reside in Africa, India, Asia, and Oceania. The new conclusion that appears to be taking precedence is that this creature is a large flying fox, biologically named Pteropus vampirus, another member of the megabat family. Unfortunately, in the Philippines, nearly all varieties of flying foxes are labelled threatened species due to their habitats being destroyed and some people continuing to hunt these bats as a source of food. These bats are wonderful creatures, and whilst they may play the villainous vampire role on the big screen, these adorable animals need protecting. Hopefully, the discovery of these new bat species to much of the world through social media will help boost their cause. Hubble finds Betelgeuse' mysterious dimming is due to a traumatic outburst. The red supergiant star Betelgeuse, part of the Orion constellation and the namesake of the hit 80s Beetlejuice film character, has been dimming in an unexplained and unexpected manner, leaving a cloud of dust emitting from the surface of the star, according to observations made by NASA's Hubble Space Telescope beginning in 2019. Researchers have suggested that this dust cloud was first formed due to superhot plasma being released from a large convection cell passing through the star's atmosphere and out into the much colder outer layers. This then cooled down in the outer layers before turning into grains of dust. The current belief is that the dust cloud was blocking the light from the star, making it appear dimmer when looking on. By the April of 2020, Betelgeuse was returned to its normal state, though in February of 2020, the reduced brightness of the star was visible from Earth with the naked eye. 1/4 of the surface had been blocked with the believed dust, though at the peak of the blocking, the brightness of the star was actually reduced by more than 2/3 of its usual shine. The most commonly believed theory is the dust cloud, though others have suggested a star spot covering the visible surface. Scientists have been tracing the images captured by Hubble in the lead up to the dimming, looking back from January 2019. The ultraviolet light spectroscopic observations of Betelgeuse captured by Hubble are being studied to find clues as to what exactly caused the dimming. The analysis of the star is part of an ongoing 3-year study looking to research the variations in the atmosphere of the star, as it is known to expand and contract on a 420-day cycle. The ultraviolet light sensitivity allowed researchers to probe the surface of the star, which is not visible without the Hubble's equipment due to the 20,000 Fahrenheit surface temperature. The hot, dense material continued to move beyond the visible surface of the star, eventually to millions of miles away. The outburst of material, eventually cooling to form a dust, has an unknown route. There have been some suggestions that the pulsation cycle of Betelgeuse, which did maintain regularity, has aided the perceived dimming, as changes in the velocity of the gas upon Betelgeuse's surface were seen to be fluctuated as measured by the stellar activity, an automated telescope from the Leibniz Institute for Astrophysics. Regardless as to the true cause of the dimming, from spring 2020 onwards, Betelgeuse seems to have returned to its normal, bright state, with the atmosphere having returned to a visibly normal state too. A massive detached coral reef has been discovered in Australia's Great Barrier Reef, measuring 1,640 feet in height. In October of 2020, a large coral reef was unexpectedly discovered north of the Great Barrier Reef. This new reef reaches 500 meters, half a kilometer, or 1,640 feet in height, making it taller than the Empire State Building, reminding us just how little we know of our oceans. A team of scientists were creating a 3D mapping of the sea floor in the area surrounding Australia's Great Barrier Reef. This mission was predicted to take a year. The team conducted their mission from aboard a research vessel owned by Californian non-profit group the Schmidt Ocean Institute. From here, they were able to use an underwater robot called Sebastian to move around the reef, giving them the ability to form their 3D map. The discovery was shared via a YouTube livestream captured by Sebastian. Executive Director of Schmidt Ocean Institute, Dr. Jyotika Vermani, stated that the discovery shows how serious the world is beyond our coastline. Scientists are hopeful that the data gained from mapping and the underwater imagery collected by Sebastian will contribute nicely to developing our understanding of the newly found reef, as well as how it works in the bigger picture of the Great Barrier Reef World Heritage Area. It is no secret that within the last few decades, the Great Barrier Reef has been suffering, and this is said to be because of warmer seas and the climate crisis as a whole. This has resulted in the loss of coral life, led to great amounts of other marine life moving, and has increased the rate of growth for algae as well as other possible contaminants. Despite this decline in health of the Great Barrier Reef, it remains of vital importance, home to 1,500 species of fish, 411 hard corals, and many other animals and marine life alike. In 1981, the Great Barrier Reef became a World Heritage Site, demonstrating its scientific importance, yet, since 1995, more than half of the corals have been lost due to increased temperature in the sea. This decline in the well-being of the Great Barrier Reef makes the discovery of the new reef all the more exciting, with it being the first to have been stumbled across since the 1800s. The outskirts of the Great Barrier Reef are also known to be home to 7 other tall reefs, the most notable of which is close to Rain Island, which contains the globe's most important nesting area for green sea turtles. The newly discovered reef is not contained within the main portion of the Great Barrier Reef, meaning it has been classified as a distinct and separate reef. However, it is attached and bedded into the ocean floor by North Queensland. We have also found that the new reef is home to new organisms related to jellyfish and coral, siphonophores and other deep-sea organisms, with many being bioluminescent. Over the year-long mission, 30 new species have been discovered, proving this research to have been worthwhile and valuable. Whether it is the internet stumbling across an unacknowledged, endangered species, physicists finding the answers behind strange astronomical events, or uncovering new areas of our oceans, we are learning more about our world with each passing day, and have plenty more discoveries around the corner. But what do you make of these 3 recent 2020 discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.